Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever the case may be for you. Welcome aboard the Tempest. We'll be walking down into the captain's table in just a little bit. I'll sit here and wait for a few more to come in. Till then, enjoy the scenery. I've got to let that thing across the bottom run a few times. That way I'm sure they'll get my point. And I'll pop it up occasionally tonight. Alright. Let's leave this camera going. Take us a walk around the top deck here. Make sure everything's tied tight. That don't look too bad. Alright. Now, and towards the back of the ship here. Now, that don't look too bad. Alright. The captain's got no complaints. My crew handles it all. They wouldn't be on the ship if they were to be walking a bloody plank, right? Alright. Alright, let's get over here and unlock my private entrance. Damn. Looping around the ship. Yeah, that winch is in here. And there. Alright, we'll get in here for a minute. Alright, Gator. Gator Sky Exploration. We'll see you in a bit, man. That's fine. Hey, good evening. I knew you'd be here. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, the captain's got a plan for her. I got a crew member that's going to take care of her tonight. To be discussed later on. Up here to my table, elevated just a little bit above the crowd here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, they always expect me, because they shut the music off when they hear me opening the door. Yeah, I tell them don't do that, but okay. Anyway, let's get seated here. Hey, Maestro, if you would, sir, I'd like to hear your music. Bear with me. And the band members had to, they used me as an excuse to go take a break for a second. Okay, he's ready now. Go ahead. Hit her, Maestro. Hey, you don't need StreamYards to come up here. No, you just need a phone and connect it to YouTube. If you weren't watching this, then you couldn't come up. But if you're watching, I'll put the link up here in a little bit. you've all got your drink and your smoke. I'm gonna do some hash tonight. Yeah, it isn't the best of, but you know, it'll fit the place. Need a sound check though. I'm feeling the crowd ain't very loud, but I don't want them too loud. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's change the background there. Take that camera off and turn on a different one. There's tonight's heading. That one. The red bandana means take no prisoners. Exactly. No prisoners. Kill everybody. You know, those who aren't sympathetic to our cause, right? Exactly. Alright, let's see here. I'll give a shout out to Loon dispensaries throughout Michigan. I don't know if they're in any other states, but Loon dispensaries, recreational marijuana. They do not endorse me in any way. But I do endorse them. Yeah, I'll give a shout out to them. I'm going to find out something about dispensaries here real quick. I may find out that if you got a damn medical card, that'll get you to some real pot, because today's pot ain't real. It's all that THCA crap. I want something better. I don't know any private growers, and they may not even know they're growing THCA pot either. And that's the problem with see, marijuana used to take more than 3 months to veg and flower. You know, it used to take more than 3 months. It used to take 6 to 9 months. But the growers sped it up, turned it all into roller coaster dope. Get you high now, but stop smoking the joint, you start coming down. Roller coaster. I remember smoking. It wasn't Acapulco Gold. It was Santa Marta Gold. And that Santa Marta Gold come from Colombia. And that had a distinct flavor. Oh man. And the weird thing about it was you'd hit it about 4 or 5 times and wait. You'd be like, well, wait a minute, what do you mean wait? Wait. They called it heart attack dope because of the way it would affect you. And an hour later, you were still looking at yourself going, holy crap, I'm high. And you'd still be high. Yeah. What happened to that pot? That's because of the growers. Yep, they removed the C out of it, basically, the cannabinol. Changed it into something it shouldn't be. It's like smoking frozen pot. Freeze your pot, stupid. And what it does is it rounds off all the edges with the crystals. And chemical formula. And It gets you high, but it ain't the same high anymore. Yeah, that's the perils of that. All right, let me go into the comment section here. And I've got it running too on my cell phone. There's the link to come up. Oh, excuse me. I'll even pin that at the top so nobody has to go looking for it. I'm even getting a notification in my damn. Alright. Somebody comment on me on YouTube. People hate it when I reply on YouTube. Because I reply and I shut them down. They can't reply back again. You only get one chance to say you say, and that's it. And then I reply and shout out to JB, Mr. JB in the Isle of Wight. On the Isle of Wight. He's not in it. He's on it. Yeah, he's got about a month of planning yet. And then he'll be back out in the yard, greening it up. You learn. It takes about 4 years of doing it like that, and you realize what you don't want to grow, what you want to grow more of. Yeah. Yeah, Gator, if you click that link, you'll come up in what I call my basement. Better have your camera ready. Yep. That'll bring you straight up. I mean, if you want. You can stay in chat if you want, bro. I understand. Boy, not that many are here. MSU hockey beats Michigan for Iron D trophy. I used to follow hockey. Hockey stadiums 6 blocks from here. I don't even know if they use it for hockey anymore. I need to go down there this spring. Go inside. Someone, hey, what are you doing? I'm going to say, hey. I used to work here when I was a teenager. I just wanted to look around. Don't mean any harm. Maybe even get a part-time job there. Right? Yeah, it wouldn't be bad, would it? Get a part-time job doing what I did for one of my very first jobs in life. I was assistant concessions manager. Me and 2 other guys would, usually from the popcorn room next to my storeroom. I had a storeroom for all 4 of the concession stands for dry goods, and then when another one of the other 3 concession stands would run out of kegs, we had one we kept kegs stored in. It was a huge walk-in. They all had walk-ins, but nothing like our number 1. And I'd take 2 of the guys from the popcorn room, and we'd take one of those fork trucks, those hand fork trucks, and roll it through the crowd, go get a couple, usually 3 kegs, and then start dispersing them to the concession stands. That was only one of my many jobs. I had to make sure that the road crews had all their catered meals there. Me and my boss, we'd go out the night before, all fucked up, all smoked up, and get things like Dunkin' Donuts, 10 dozen of the assorted, you know, and we had coffee machines there that we had this, I even remember the coffee vendor anyway. He'd make sure that we had clean coffee machines there in the morning, and we brew up a lot of coffee for them. And then we had to make sure the catered meals for not only the band but also the road crew. Yep. And at the end of the night, the greatest percentages of them wanted a barrel full of Heineken. Usually it was supposed to be 8 cases. They rarely saw 8. They usually saw 7. What can I say? Yeah, let me get out of that. Just me, myself, and I on a Saturday night. Never know. That's alright. 8:30, if there's nobody coming up, I may just go. We'll see. Yeah, there's somebody. Welcome aboard. Or back aboard, whichever the case may be for you. Come and go. They come and they go. Bye. Yeah, I happen to put hashtag debate. I'll debate anything with anybody. In chat, or bring your ugly mug up here and we'll have at it. Just so you know, I am not an AI. Shout out to AC and the shit show. Go watch. You got complaints. That's not a place to take them, kids. You'll lose. I'm giving a shout out to Dirty Mike. Somebody that fell off his throne, man. That's too bad, man. That's too bad. Actually, after I discovered what this entire area is about, it ain't that bad in America, dude. It's that bad there. You're gonna be just like the UK and arrested for words and thinking. Can't be hypersensitive to everybody's feelings. No. You have to go with logic and reason. Screw your feelings. That's just how life is, kids. As you mature, you realize these things. Your feelings don't really matter. Only to you. You start forcing that on everybody else, and it's like a plague spread. I watch anger do that with women in the house. You know, right down to the cat. You know, copped an attitude, and then just like a fucking light switch, it went off, and everybody was nice again. And we know when that happened, right? It wasn't in the middle of the month, I can tell you that. Like they all synced and linked up, and that, you know, there was always a week of hell, but not really hell, because I don't allow that kind of fume and fire to breed my home. No. Not where I am. I am the commander. I am the captain. No. All right, that ticker's had enough. Let's put a different one up. Let's put a different banner. That's what they call them, banners. Here we go. There's another banner. This ship channel does not promote the use of illegal substances or illegal activities. currently in Michigan, a legal marijuana state. All content is for educational and entertainment purposes only, but mainly entertainment. We drink, smoke, and curse. So there. We're pirates, for fuck's sake. All complaints should be taken to your mama's shoulder or your nearest mental institute for medication adjustments. Here you go. For a bad time, don't come here thinking a mutiny will get you anything than a short walk off the already bloody plank. This channel does not and will not promote political correctness or virtue signaling. We're pirates, remember, for fuck's sake. Alright. We'll let that one keep running. Yeah, it's kind of getting boring with nobody talking. I can be a one-man show, but just so far, you know. Not without news clips and such, and I'm not about to bring those up right now. I haven't started that channel yet, but I'm gonna. I'll put notification here and I'll keep reminders. That one may do a lot better than this one. That'll probably be my money generator there. Political topics. Yeah, and I challenge a Pavlin puking liberal to come up. Yeah. They would be greatly disappointed. Now, I'm no Andrew Wilson, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest debaters of all time. He understands the basis and the mechanisms for a good debate, an honest debate. I got nothing I disagree with him, so I'll never be on his show. That's all right. Nobody wants to come up. Okay. That's all right. Yeah, of course I got the captain's cat right next to me. Yep. Sharpie. She's right next to me. She's getting to be a big old gray cat. She got bigger paws than all the other cats bring. They all got tiny front feet. She does. Yeah. She got very big claws on the front. I don't suggest having her declawed. It's like, that would be like suicide. Especially for a cat that goes outside. You know, you're gonna have that happen. Yeah, we're catching up on that half hour, eh? No feedback. I mean, what the hell's the sense of having a show? I'll just have you listening to my background. People must have other things going on. That's alright. People have lives, you know. I want to answer that guy. 'Cause Yeah, okay. I'll go look at his channel and find out he doesn't have any subscribers, no content. Yeah, no opinion other than snide little comments here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. Those people are weeded out quickly. Oh well. Captain's Table 11's a bust. Sorry, folks. I ain't gonna spend an hour on here talking to myself. I got better things I could be doing right now. Yeah, we don't e-bag here. Hey, shout out to Hassel. I ain't seen her post anything in a while. Shout out to you, girl. You know, that's a good woman there. She was on my first comeback show. Yeah. Shout out to Mike Reese. Oh shit, I better do a couple of shout outs to Mike Reese before I hand off here. Mr. Mike Reese, thank you, sir. Must have had something going on tonight. He's a married man. He's got children and grandchildren. Hey, life happens, man. I get it. I got about a little under 2.5 minutes now. Yeah, 2-minute warning. No chat. See ya. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to watching music videos like I was. A little bit higher energy rock and roll. I put up a link to one on the very top of the chat there. Get a chance. Another shout out to JB, man. On the Isle of Wight. Yeah. Another shout out to Mr. Mike Reese. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Unfortunately, people had shit to do tonight. That's alright. I had a couple of shows like that. Problem is I can't schedule them. I can't say tomorrow like, okay, my next show will be. No. That's too bad. Well, folks, it's been a nice little half hour of me rambling. But that's not what this show is all about. It's not about just me. I want to make it about all of us. But oh well. On to other things. Y'all have a great evening and a better tomorrow. Hope to see you again, maybe here. I get 3 in a row and I'll shut down the show for a month. I'll do quick clips and that's about it. And I can do a bunch of them about how people they want to subscribe but they don't want to participate. Okay then. Good night, y'all. And Keep your sails on.